Buddha and shit.
Yeah, when you have to come and make noises. See? Messing up his cheek.
Why you gotta do that? Oh, if we stand up, we're gonna have to move some things.
That's better. Mute your. That works. And you're on.
Oh, hello there.
It's like we're shocked, like we're not expecting it, but
What?
Yeah.
We're live on the air? Just sitting here.
No.
Nope.
They're sippy cups.
Happy Halloween, everyone.
Yay! Whee! It's all month long, by the way, Halloween.
Yeah, it's a month-long holiday.
Yeah.
I figure if Christmas gets pretty much after Halloween until New Year's,
Yeah. Agreed.
we get a month for Halloween. Ideally, I would live in autumnal Halloween land all year round.
Pretty much. I have to feel, though, I would get a little... I'm dripping cider on my legs.
Ooh.
I have to feel, though, that I would get a little sick of pumpkin pie, like, come, May.
You wouldn't have to have pumpkin pie all the time to necessarily celebrate autumn.
Sacrilege.
Really?
Sacrilege.
Have you begun eating pumpkin pie?
Yes, I have.
Oh, good for you!
Yes. My boss actually made some delicious pumpkin pie. Yeah.
Nice.
It was very nice. And then
Even had pumpkin cheesecake.
And then I had pumpkin cheesecake today.
Yep.
Courtesy of y'all.
Yeah.
So thank
it's
you.
delicious. I'm also dripping cider.
Yeah, right. And then we carved pumpkins at work on Friday. Pro tip: don't leave your carved jack-o'-lanterns in a warm sauna-like room.
'Cause they'll mold.
They apparently collapsed over the weekend, and we came to work with a puddle of pumpkin.
A puddle of pumpkin.
Yeah. Yeah, it was pretty.
Oh.
I know. We wanted the after pictures to see like the destruction because we took a lovely before of all of our jack-o'-lanterns and.
Oh, well, the before pictures were great.
Why, thank you. Thank you.
Hi, everyone.
Hi.
My name is Vanessa.
And I'm Lindsay.
And we're Cosplay Cabaret. Yay!
Last we checked.
Last time we checked. We're a network of performers celebrating geekery and theatrical arts.
Yes.
And we've been on a brief hiatus because yours truly has been moving their life across the bay. So if this looks like new scenery to you, it's because it is.
Ah!
Ta-da!
It's like magic, but
It's
called
magic.
moving.
Magic plus awesome cool curtains
Uh-huh.
and Halloween tree.
It's important to note the Halloween tree.
P.S. Did you notice the Halloween tree?
Did you also notice it's October?
Also,
And also, Vanessa has pumpkin earrings and a bat and a moon.
this is my most favorite time of the year. It's the best.
It's fine.
It's the
It's
best.
right. Anyway,
So we've been on a brief hiatus. We've been black for a while, which has been very sad because we've missed streaming, and very hectic because I've been moving.
Mhm.
However, here we are, and very happy to be back streaming. So
we
yay!
did it! Yay!
That's why we have sippy cups.
filled with booze, like adults. Yeah,
The cider is quite delicious. It's
it is.
blackthorn cider.
It is very good. Thank you for.
Anytime. So last we left off, we were, we just finished the Star Trek routine, and we were launching into our next project, which was our 1920s Star Wars Charleston. And the last episode in which we left you, we were going over some 1920s basic Charleston moves.
That's right.
So in this episode, we're going to talk a little bit about our costuming, because we're going to be setting the scene for you. We are going to be chorus dancers of Mos Eisley, and not just any chorus dancers, of course. We are going to be Twi'leks.
Of course.
Because, yes!
Because duh.
Oh, I'm so excited.
It's a genius idea. It was.
It's going to be great.
Yeah.
So we're going to be Twi'leks, and we're going to be Twi'lek flapper chorus girls.
Like you do.
Like one does. And which, really posed a what do we want that to look like? Do we want this to be really in the future? Do we want this to be 100% true to the 1920s fashion, or do we want to fuse that?
Right.
So yours truly went on a 5-hour spree on Pinterest.
Time you'll never get back.
But it's so good because it's kind of like, it's a good drug.
It's a good rabbit hole.
It's a wonderful black hole of awesome.
Yeah.
Of just the infinite. It's because you never reach the end. Like, you never get to, like, click the next page.
Yeah.
It just keeps scrolling, so you just think, oh, I'll just stop until I get to the bottom of the page.
It's like Vegas, where they don't have windows or clocks around, and you'll just keep doing whatever you're doing until you get tired or whatever.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
And you also feel super productive because you're pinning things to different various boards.
I'm super organized.
On my Pinterest.
Look at all these boards.
I have all the boards set to organize my house. Like, I have all the ideas to do that.
Right. I sometimes think it's better to have an out for your ideas, right? So then you can, like, clear the cobwebs out, and you're like, oh, okay, now what? Right? Because sometimes you have all your ideas, and just sit there and just ideas spin.
Now what is the execution?
Right.
That's when you
sift through
the boards.
The boards on Pinterest.
Anyway, so I did a 5-hour black hole stint on the Pinterest and found some really fantastic inspiration of chorus girls from the 1920s. I found some fantastic burlesque outfits of chorus girls in the 1920s. I found beautiful feather fans. I found beautiful beaded dresses. All of these things cost $500, which I am sitting on a beanbag chair, so that should tell you
how much money we have to spend
at this moment in time.
That's right.
We'll make it one day.
One day.
So, seeing all these fantastic dresses from the 20s and all these beautiful chorus girls, and it was this wonderful puzzle of how to take those fashions and how to use thrifting and current styles to meet that halfway. And what really works in our favor, I feel, is because we're doing this in the future,
a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away.
Yeah. So retrofuturism, which is good. What's really nice is that we have a lot of wiggle room to play with 20s inspired fashions and kind of get away with, if that's not 100% correct from the 20s, it's Star Wars universe. So we're just getting the feel of the 20s, the feel of the Dust Bowl, the feel of that speakeasy gangster
prohibition.
Yeah, style. So after all of these sifting through photos, I found the keystone, the touchstone photo that was the true inspiration piece for kind of where we started to launch off of, which you will see right here.
Thanks,
Is it there?
Yeah,
there it is. So that's
there.
Magic of the future right here. And hopefully what you're seeing is orange with fringe, and it's velvet. And as soon as I found this photograph, I was like, oh my gosh, I know what we can do with this. I know where we can definitely play with this. And I immediately thought back to my 1990s grunge days, because I had those.
You did.
I did. I totally did. So think 1990s grunge. Think 1990s grunge goth.
Okay.
Of these maxi or most often baby doll velvet dresses. So I found this dress, and it looked like a tank top had been hacked think of like a really long tank top or a really long maxi dress, hacked, a few inches above the knee, and then cut into strips in a thick kind of tank top way. I'm like, oh my gosh, either I could find a really long tunic from any store, or I can search for these 1990s velvet grunge dresses that were so popular, thrift stores, I went on Etsy and found a lot. And as soon as I went into this Etsy search, I was finding all of these maxi dresses, or maxi meaning like from really long, so they go all the way down to your feet, velvet dresses for like $25 versus going on Etsy or going on eBay and looking for 1920s vintage, you know, from the time, or repurposed, what's the word I'm looking for? Someone making a 1920s inspired reproduction, thank you. A reproduction 1920s dress for anywhere from $50 to $300, $400, $500.
Yeah, unique vintage is notorious, and they're beautiful, but they want like, you know, $800 for this like beaded. It's beautiful, but it's
right. I mean, when you're talking about $800 dresses, you're thinking like hand beaded stuff.
Yeah.
So I didn't want to spend $800. I really wanted to find something that was reused, so I was not being wasteful, and something that if I were to buy it and to play around and mess up, it wouldn't be too much of a hole in my pocket that I was trying something out with that dress. So I sent this picture over to Lindsay, and I was like, hey, why don't we recreate a 1920s dress, flapper dress, for like $25 and see what happens.
Yep.
And Lindsay was like,
done.
Let's do it.
That's what we're doing right now.
So Lindsay,
Super scientific.
You're doing it.
Well, I figured we don't need this part.
Okay. So Lindsay bought a dress for $25 that is velvet, and it was a maxi dress. So let's show the people.
And this is actually from Forever 21. And so you can order, like, eBay is a place, Amazon has these things. I didn't order it in time for it to arrive on time, so I took a gamble and went to Forever 21. Thank God for them, by the way. Cheap clothes, brand new, so don't let that, like, stop you. But I walked in there, and sure enough, they had these velvet floor-length maxi dresses, right? Super basic, right? But that's what I found. And so what I was just doing was cutting out the slip part of it, because right, because what we're working with is the shell, which is this crushed faux velvet thing.
Yeah.
Right?
And as you can see from the orange dress picture, it has thick, what you want to look for if you're looking for a true to the time dress is no spaghetti straps. No spaghetti strap at all.
Do not want.
Do not want spaghetti strap. That's like the big 1990s tell.
Mm-hmm. Also though, but keep going.
But yeah, there's an addition to that. So there's always a what's the rule?
The
exception to the rule. You want to look for like something like this, where it's like a thicker tank top style maxi dress. That's kind of it looks more period.
Yeah.
Versus the spaghetti strap. So again, that's kind of your filter.
Yeah.
Fortunately for us, like I said, because we're working in a Star Wars universe, we can really be liberal with what we want to adhere to the 1920s and what rules we want to break.
You can cherry pick.
Absolutely.
Like the Westboro Baptist Church.
That's right. That's how you do.
So if you find something that has spaghetti straps, like, don't despair. The save to that, and I think that there's the second flapper picture, question mark, on the side. I don't know if there are spaghetti straps. Oh, there's thicker straps? Okay, never mind. So there is a solution if you find yourself with something that works for you, but there are spaghetti straps. They also had these mesh kind of shirt-like things, or almost like aprons, I guess. But like a mesh type thing that went over the slip part, and the slip usually had spaghetti straps.
It's almost the same material as the shirt you're wearing.
Yeah, it's kind of a chiffon or like a mesh that was beaded, like something kind of sheer. That went over the spaghetti straps to create the more covered look, but not covered because flappers. Ooh. So
Sexy.
yeah, we're so risque. So if you find that you have spaghetti straps like this one, for example, like to use it in this piece, what I'll have to do is I'll have to find a piece of like netted sheer fabric to go over and work into the hemline or the belt part of this dress, which I was planning on doing anyway because I'm vain as fuck.
Another alternative is if you can't find a dress necessarily, I've found that I've seen lots of friends do this, and you can find a tunic tank top and then find material in the same, find something else in the same material and cut those strips that you saw in that first picture to attach. So again, you don't have to find necessarily a maxi dress to do it. You can also find a really long tunic tank top, tie a sash around your waist, and there you go.
Yeah, that first picture is so great because it really does illustrate how freeform this whole era kind of was. Like, I know that there's movies like The Great Gatsby where it's very structured and very beautiful, and oh my god, I could never do this. And then you look at that orange flapper dress that Vanessa found, and it really does, like, speak to how it can look anyway, right? Like, if you'll, like, we'll link it somewhere in the video after we're done, but it's almost haphazard how they took these triangles and just kind of, like, I mean, they're beaded, right? Like, they actually took some time to you know, make sure these triangles didn't fray or fall apart, and they actually had the weight that was needed for flapper dresses to actually be there, because they need to be weighted down. That's the whole point of a flapper, is when you kick, they have these fringes and things, like sometimes they had feathers, lots of times with beads, heavy things to kind of kick up and like flap around, right? That's the idea. And so you can take any kind of fabric that's in that like same color scheme, right? Like that orange one, such a great example, and kind of piece it around. Like, you can look as sloppy or as organized as you want, and there's many interpretations on how to do that. Ours is taking something already long and then cutting into it, but you can add as well.
Yeah. And similarly, this is something that you can do on a dime. So we have a lot of friends who, you know, go to the Gatsby Summer Afternoon. We have a lot of friends who go to a lot of 1920s parties. And the thing that I hear most often from friends that I want to bring into that, into the community is, I don't have the money to do that.
Yeah.
Which, again, if you're doing a repurposed or true to vintage 1920s piece, oh my gosh, totally expensive.
Yeah, we don't even have the money for that.
No.
And we do that stuff.
Don't have that.
Oh, it's...
But with research,
yeah,
you can do a repurposed 1990s maxi velvet dress that you've altered, and you've spent $25 and some manpower or woman power to make it look like you got it from a vintage store.
Yeah.
So that's our goal, is to fuse the repurposed 1920s with a little bit of that, not true to the 20s, a little bit Star Wars universe, meaning, you know, with this dress in particular, it has some slashes in the side, so it's definitely a little bit more revealing.
Yeah, I feel like it's more fitting for like
a chorus dancer.
Yeah, totally.
Mos Eisley.
Right, and
Totally.
so, and especially with this one, because of the spaghetti straps, like I'll be doing like a mesh beaded overlay, so it kind of...
You could even do a caplet.
Yeah, or a caplet, right?
Totally.
Right? So there's many ways you can kind of make it work, fake it till you make it, I guess. But the big thing to take away, I think, is that you don't need to break the bank to make this happen, right? This one was $27.90 at Forever 21. It's brand new. I mean, I feel kind of bad because, like, it's a brand new dress and I'm going to be cutting into it. And, like, for our purposes, I think it'll be super delightful.
Yeah.
It's perfect, actually.
So, next up, I'm going to be a victim. I mean, I'm going to be a model. And I'm going to be putting on this fantastic dress while Lindsay takes the scissors to it.
You really want me in charge of this thing? They're giving me sharp objects. You realize this?
I'm a little worried.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Also, we should note that, you know, the dress itself is fine, but there's also accoutrement.
Ooh, the accessories. Talk about the
You
accessories.
can totally add on to this stuff. So, again, I panic shopped at Forever 21. And God bless these people.
What did you do to them?
Well, I bought their stuff, and now I'm totally, like, hacking it to pieces. So, they had this, like, little band, this little collection of cheap plastic pearl bracelets, right? 10 for, like, $7, whatever, right? So, I'm going to be using these as kind of the beadings for the points of this dress, because I don't care, I like cheap pearls, and it'll look freaking awesome once it's done. That said, you can get any kind of beading, really nice glass beading, or plastic beading, or shiny sequins, or anything that you want to kind of spice up the points once it's done.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll kind of show you a little bit about how that's going to look. But for this whole thing, like, I'm actually, like, you could literally go to Forever 21, buy a bunch of contemporary clothes, and lie that this is actually a period dress. So we're doing that. I don't know if this is actually, like, period specific material. It doesn't look like it. It looks like it's totally, like, rayon, which is fine.
But it's velvet. Like, it feels like velvet.
It looks and behaves like velvet, so it's fine. These plastic, but on stage, no one's gonna be like, excuse me, those aren't real pearls. Can you please not pretend?
Similarly, you can find fantastic costume jewelry at Forever 21.
Yep.
Target had I went before I went to a 1920s party. I went to Target because I needed some pearls, and I found a pair of, like, a long strand of pearls for like $5. So again, oh, and also cloche hats, the little tight hats, very in vogue now.
It's true.
That you can find.
It's weird how it's coming back.
It's all coming. It's all circular.
It's cyclical anyway.
But again, it's like long. You know, get your long pearls, long tunic tank top with a belt, or hacking a maxi dress and using that fringe, and pearl bracelets, and I mean even finding a long pair of gloves.
That's what we need as gloves too.
Are these little things that go a really long way.
Right. And it's really, like, the devil is in the details, right? So, like Vanessa was saying, like, even, like, a cloche hat and, like, opera gloves that go up to here, that's not something that you see currently. Like, contemporary people don't walk around with opera gloves. They don't. And so for you to bust out a pair of gloves that go up to your, like, your mid-arm, people are like, oh my god, it's so quaint, right? So don't let it overwhelm you. And also, don't be afraid to experiment, right? But on the other hand, like, the other end of that whole conversation is, don't go to Spirit Halloween and get a flapper dress either, right? Like, that is, like, if you want to be true to the aesthetic without spending $1 bazillion being the aesthetic, also don't go to Spirit and get the skanky flapper dress with the fringe.
Because that's not right.
No, that actually is
worser.
It's worser than making your own. So I think we've covered, like, oh, and then can we show the flapper number 3 dress?
Oh, in motion.
Yeah, and so the whole point of a flapper dress, right? So the Prohibition era, sorry. So the Prohibition era, 1920s, they, of course, alcohol was illegal. So, you know, it was all kind of, like, scandalous anyway. And so as, you know, alcohol was legal, the hemlines for women went further up. And so if you were a scandalous lady, a flapper of the time, you wore these dresses with hemlines that kind of came up to your mid-calf, right? And that was considered scandalous because up until then, you were covered head to toe. And so for you to show any kind of leg, oh my god.
Dun, dun, dun! Ah, no!
We need, like, lightning, right?
We needed the lights to flicker.
I know. Shit. Damn it, Tech Andy. You had one job.
I could turn them off.
So to draw attention subtly to this action, this whole craze of the Charleston and this flapper craze that was sweeping the nation, you had dresses that had hemlines that were short, like further north, and the weight, we mentioned this just a bit ago. The weight of the dress actually went along with the whole style of dance that this was kind of like all like in vogue, right? So you wanted a dress that when you kicked up your legs doing the Charleston would kind of flick up as well, so it would flapper, right? So weight is good to do that. So it's important that if you do this kind of stuff, that you find something to weight down your bits with, right? So it hangs differently than modern clothes. So the weight is an important thing. So a sash might be good, but also beading or cheap pearls from Forever 21. Anything that will weight down and create this look when you kick, it'll flare up, right? Sometimes they used ostrich feathers too, did the same kind of thing.
Similarly, you could go to your local Michael's or local craft store and get seed beads. And from that first photo, you almost can't see the beading in it because it's so small.
Yeah.
But it's weighting that. So you can buy a giant box or a giant bin of the seed beads for, again, relatively inexpensive pricing to then, that's going to take far more time to weight something down than, say, a few of those. However, the seed beads are much more intricate, a lot more true to period, so on.
Yeah, there's varying degrees. But the picture that we have of Julie Andrews spinning in a flapper dress kind of illustrates the motion that you want to kind of aim for when you make your own flapper dresses. You want to have that, I don't know, there's a motion to it, right? Like you don't want it just like kind of puff out. You want it to like flare and then die, right? And you want it to be quick and have it be an accent to your movement, not just kind of flutter pathetically.
Like a dying swan.
Or a sad party balloon.
No, that's so sad.
It isn't it? Rip. I once told a guy that he had deflated party balloon nipples.
Whoa!
He was a jouster at Renaissance Fair. Hi, Steve.
Ah, Steve, I'm sorry. Those are gross nipples.
Yes. We had to call him Stunning Sir Steven. Thank you, Tech Andy. And he wasn't stunning because he was like $1 million and missing half his teeth.
Wow.
Thanks, Knights of Babylon.
We went to the Renaissance Fair yesterday.
We did.
It was awesome.
It was awesome. Okay, so here's where we take a quick break. We're going to come back and do an implementation, show you exactly what we're talking about when it comes to making your own flapper dress. Vanessa's going to be our model. It's going to take us like just 2 minutes to reset everything so we can get everything in shot. But we shall return.
Goodbye.
BRB.
Are we on now? Okay, first of all, for those of you who know Rogue Dragon is gonna black out from this experience because Rogue Dragon don't wear no dress.
Yeah.
Smoke bomb, smoke bomb, smoke bomb. Rogue Dragon.
Amen.
If you don't know who Rogue Dragon is, then this doesn't apply to you.
It's very sad.
But Rogue Dragon. Oh, Rogue Dragon. I miss Rogue Dragon. I miss playing Rogue Dragon so much.
You know what? It just means that we have to have a separate series for Rogue Dragon.
I would like to do video shorts of Rogue Dragon doing everyday things.
Yep. That's gonna happen.
I would really like that to happen. So anyway, hi, welcome back.
Welcome back, kids.
Just a little smoke
bomb.
Just a little one.
So, as you can tell, we're super scientific about this. So, looking at our lovely model Vanessa here.
Ta-da!
If you can see the ground, can they see the ground, Tech Andy? Can
If I move the camera.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Hey, what's this? Magic of technology.
Ooh, magical.
Sparkling. So,
Hey, that's the ground. It's just on the ground now.
Oh, that's good.
yeah. So, you can see that this is kind of long, right? And for a flapper dress, this is her knees right about here, which is kind of the length. You actually want it just below her knees, so like mid-calf. We have a bunch of this extra fabric that needs to come off. Push back.
You guys can get up backwards more.
Go backwards more.
Move.
Okay. You got this, yeah. And again, it's super scientific, which is not the case. Oh god, Tech Andy's dying.
No death.
Please don't. I mean, we know it's spooky Halloween time and everything. So this dress particularly is going to be fun to work with because it's got lots of seams on the inside here. Ooh, Mike is being moved. So what I'm going to do very, very quickly, and this is just a test one. I mean, if I don't screw it up too bad, I will actually use it. But that's, you know, neither here nor there.
A seam is where two pieces of fabric meet.
Thanks.
Mm-hmm.
Oh hey.
Whoa!
Actually, that's actually very useful. It is.
Oh, I will do that again.
Yeah, buddy.
Rogue Dragon.
Rogue Dragon.
Wearing dresses and throwing smoke bombs. Da-na-na-na-na. Do-do-do-do-do. Smoke Dragon. Smoke Dragon. Rogue Dragon. Throwing smoke bombs and wearing flapper dresses.
See, this needs to happen, I feel. So, oh god, what's going on? The death.
That was a smoke bomb.
No, it wasn't, because I'm over here.
You threw it.
No, I
landed over
didn't.
here.
Rogue Dragon knows when he throws smoke bombs.
Rogue Dragon's aim is better than that. Come on, Tech Andy. So, what I'm doing is cutting along these seams here. And if you happen to get yourself one of these dresses, my suggestion would be to actually, like, measure it. However, barring that, I'm going to eyeball it. Can you about face for me, plus? Nasty buckets. Perfect. Oh, there's more panels back here.
All of the panels.
All of the panels. And so what I'm doing is I'm cutting into these seams, which is where two fabrics come together. And I'm cutting it to about the longest point that I want them to be at. And because we're kind of eyeballing it, they're not going to be exactly the same. Oh, girl, so
Hey. I kind of feel like Jessica Rabbit.
You look like Jessica Rabbit.
Nope.
Patty cake.
Patty cake, patty cake. I kind of feel like if Rogue Dragon were Jessica Rabbit.
Ooh, that would be hilarious. Like peeping out of that little red dress.
He would be drawn that way.
He would be drawn.
He
that
would.
way.
He would be busting out of that dress so hard.
He is bad because
Yep.
he's drawn that way.
Mm-hmm.
So, again, like we're super scientific about this because, well, it's performance art. And at some point you kind of have to give a concession for It's fun. Schmench.
Mm-hmm.
They're
I'm helping.
Yeah, I noticed. You are actually very helpy.
Yeah.
Today at work I wrote a blog about dank memes. Yeah, I'm glad that I actually learned how to write so I can make a blog about dank memes.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's okay.
That's
Anyway.
good.
Yeah. So again, schmeck. Yeah, kind of cut. This is like the goalpost, like where you want your stuff to end. And this will also make it easier when you want to.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, there we go. This will also make it easier when you need to cut off the length. And so now I have all of these neat flaps because of flapper. Ah.
I see what you did there.
Ah. And yeah. Let's see. How do I want to do this? Do I want to do flaps? Oh, this is one piece.
Mm-hmm.
So what I can do. So now I have all these panels where all of these bits of fabric have come together and have ruined their life and their purpose.
China hates you.
Yeah, I know. Sorry, China. And to create the point that I want to, do I want big points or small points? Because I would have 1, 2, 3. Sorry, 4, 5,
Fine.
6, 7. Yeah, I think that's okay, right?
Yeah, whatever you feel.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if this is the point you're going for, I would then draw an imaginary diagonal line coming down.
Yeah. Well, I need to create a same length though, right? So this is like the. Here, I got an idea. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna fold this in half ish.
Do you need a pin?
No.
Okay.
Yes. Good job, sewing kit. I'm gonna use a pin.
That looked familiar.
Thanks, Tech Andy, for your sewing kit.
Mm-hmm.
You want me to hold anything for you?
Mm-mm.
Okay. I'll just continue looking beautiful.
Yes, somebody needs to. It's
Smoke bomb.
true. Smoke bomb.
You got it.
Just smoke bomb over there. Thanks.
Dude, I'm so good at that.
I know. So, yeah. So this is my line for determining the length of where I want. Again, as you can see, thank you much. Super scientific. Yeah. There we go.
I mean, I found velvet dresses like this at the Goodwill too for all of $5. So again, it's very little. It's okay, like to hack up a dress for $5. Meh.
Mhm.
You know,
Mhm.
for the greater good, it's all right.
Mhm. Mhm. This is ugly. Hold on.
Okay.
Oh. Okay. So now I'm going to hem it. So done this way, please. So what I'm just doing is kind of hemming it just a smidge. Again, super rough because, I mean, it's going to be covered anyway by other bits and bobs. And we're probably making everyone cringe who's a costumer. They're like, they're not using measuring tapes. But we want to kind of illustrate how simple this can be without looking too terrible. Ow.
And again, this is going far beyond that original orange velvet dress. This is not the wide length straps.
Mm-hmm.
I have some for real Peter Griffin under boob, side boob happening here with these slits. Yep. Comfortable in this dress. But again, it's that, I mean, we're Twi'leks in Mos Eisley.
Mm-hmm.
In a cantina in a galaxy far, far away.
Mm-hmm.
So again, it's getting across the feel.
Yeah.
And being able to get away with a lot.
Yeah.
For what we're doing.
Yeah. And the reason why we'll be able to get away with a lot of this stuff is because we'll be dancing. And the number that we have is awesome. Okay. So, roughly, I mean, obviously it's not, oh, that could actually be really kind of cool. So, showing you just how precise this is. Obviously it's on a slant, which is fine. We wanted to do a point, right? Oh, see? So now I can totally make this shorter, right? Because this is my point. Hi, don't mind me. I'm just gonna expose your body
Okay.
for monetary gain.
You're
Okay.
welcome.
Thanks. Thanks. Triangle, triangle-ish. Here. I hate this hem. Go away, hem. Let's see. So now.
Leave him alone. What did he ever do to
Oh.
Yep. So. Now I have a sweet triangle, but he's ugly, so I won't be using him. And this is again to.
But I mean, you could even. Though.
I could.
I mean, you could, because if you were to bead this, no one would see that rough hem.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
On the sides.
Totally.
And again, it's that if you were looking at that original orange picture, that's where you're sewing it.
Right.
With that movement.
That's right.
So.
Thank you. Thank you for not.
And that's what's so neat about each of our costumes is that they're all going to be a little bit different.
Yep.
So something that Lindsay might do is something completely different from what I would do. But they're all going to look the same in the realm of velvet dresses with the fringe at the knees. And that's what's so nice working in, you know, the Star Wars universe is as long as it's a rough 1920s feel, again, we can break all of the rules as long as we know what the rules are to begin with.
That's true.
And I really like that a lot.
Me too. So, see him? He's a little high.
Well,
And-
hello there.
Well, hello.
That's a scissor.
That's a scissor. Hold on. I'm going to make it look pretty.
Oh, okay. There's a lot more you need to do to make it look pretty.
Amen, sister. However,
Oh.
so you see how we're not, like, there's no real science, right? So, like, my first estimation was a little short. I mean, a little long, right? So it's not nearly as, like, pretty. However, that's actually kind of a useful thing.
Bless
Yes.
you.
Uh-huh. Up we go. Hello. Hello, slit. I know.
Ah!
Ta-da! Right, and so and if you screw up, right? So obviously this is a little short. However, you have these bases right here that you can use to kind of, I mean, obviously structure them and cut them. But this is just this is a base of operations, and he's like way off, but that's okay. This is amusing to me. No idea what I'm doing. See, a little janky.
You just ran it through a combine.
Ish. You get it, right? You may want to actually measure it out now that I'm thinking about it. It might be a good idea. But it kind of illustrates the point of being able to take a base, because usually that's like the hardest part when you sew something is, how do I even make this thing? But if you have it already like based out, like this is a great base, you can do a lot with it. So, I mean, this is the central point, and you could see how it's a little high here for a flapper. And again, you can create other points, right? Like in that first example that we showed you, and tack it on and kind of make tack it on and kind of make it work, if that makes sense. And obviously, and so then you would take something to either, you know, attach it to the end here to create that weight. It wouldn't be the bracelet, so we have like, you have the loose pearls, and you know, you would sew the, you would take the pearls and you could either line the points here if you're feeling brave. For me, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna create like a little cluster of pearls on the point of each of these things. So 7 cluster points of pearls, and then the shorter ones are gonna have little clusters of pearls as well. And so it's gonna be varying lengths of points, 14 in all, I think, because these are 7 of the big ones that are all gonna be this length and this thickness generally. And then my points are going to attach at the top right here, and then kind of just fill in this gap right here that's a little much. But see, now here's the thing: if you screw up, it's totally fine, right? As long as you have fabric that can cover the points where you screw up, like here, it's not a problem, right? Like it's like there's no rule. I mean, the history snobs will tell you that there's a rule, but we're performers, so we don't follow those rules, which is great.
Yep.
Yep. Plus, once everyone has the same kind of thing on, it'll work because there's a uniformity to it that'll kind of read from the audience, and that's the whole point, right?
Yeah, essentially, you can then take these bits of fabric, make long triangles out of them.
Yep.
And then, much like a handkerchief skirt, tack and sew. So now you have this triangle bit here that is added to that length.
That's actually kind of a cute idea.
Pinterest, 5 hours.
Thanks, Pinterest.
And then you can tack these on, and then you have this movement again, and you don't have this chunk here, right?
Nice.
So the handkerchief style, again, with that at the knee-esque, you can make lots of little of the triangular handkerchiefs and then repin and sew. Yep.
Ta-da! Where's the other pin? Am I sitting on it? Oh god.
It's gone in the carpet.
No, it's around.
It's gone. I'm going to find it with my bare foot later.
Oh man, see, this is why we don't have nice things. See?
But Rogue Dragon doesn't set off traps. He finds them with his feet.
It's true. Ta-da.
See? And then similarly, you can do something up the middle here where you have these flashes of skin, but these nice triangular pieces, much like that first photo of the orange dress, that create a lot of the movement, which is what we want. So there's going to be a lot more of these, like, all over the place, so that when Lindsay moves, you know, these and 50 more of them are all going to move with her.
Yeah, flare up.
So this is going to be also similar to these 2 bits here.
Yep. There's lots of ways you can cover up a boo-boo, and I actually really like the hanky, the Mr. Hanky route, right? Because it creates, the whole point again is to have, when you move, this kind of flare up around your legs. And so the handkerchiefs is an extra bit of fabric that'll give that volume and that movement that you're looking for, which is the point. Hi, Lucy. Lucy's contributing, aren't you?
Oh, hi. Are you going to be a flapper kitty?
She is.
She says these pearls are mine. Oh, you're going to wear a velvet saddle.
She's beautiful. Beautiful.
So we should probably take a break.
Yeah, I think we should take a break.
And then I'm going to get out of
Hold on.
this.
I'm not done yet.
Okay. Okay. Gonna.
Can you do it a triangle?
Yep.
Do a triangle.
Okay.
I'm going to pin it right here. Yeah.
I'm going to do a triangle.
Ish. There we go.
I know how to do it.
Oh.
Where do you want it?
I'm going to put it right here.
Here?
Yeah. Ta-da.
Nicely done.
See? peasy.
And again, the handkerchief style to the 20s flapper, super popular.
Yeah.
And I mean,
Probably,
I would
probably
say
for the very same reason too.
maybe. And I would say, you know, this would need to be altered a little bit and then going around, and eventually Lindsay's going to have a lot of these triangular pieces all around this rough hemline.
Mm-hmm.
And then she can take, you know, bits of fabric to then tie around her waist, or more like her hips, to get that true 20s drop waist.
Yeah, they didn't have a normal waistline like they did. Yeah, I know. There's Twitch chat going. Oh, the cat. Oh, she took off with the thing on.
Yep.
Good job, Lucy. Yeah, so the 20s, one of the things is they have a drop waist, so wherever your hips are was kind of the waistline.
Yep. And the boyish figure was super popular then.
The
which,
bossy.
Rogue Dragon don't got that.
No. No. All right, so break time. Any questions, please line them up. We will be answering them.
Yeah, think about if you wanted to see us in a color Twi'lek, what color Twi'lek would you want us to be?
Ooh, colors. All right.
So think about that.
Yeah.
And questions about how to make this. Or if you're like, I know a way easier way to do it, please tell us.
So we're not here cutting things aimlessly.
Until I have nothing on. Wait.
Well.
Okay, bye. I was going to hold it for you.
How I dance in clubs.
This is...
That's why we're friends.
Yep.
Needle.
Oh, yeah, there's needles.
Yep. Not a Game of Thrones reference.
No.
But you are live.
Yeah.
Well,
you can hand it to me and I'll unneedle it.
no, that's where you're going to sew your handkerchiefs.
Oh, handkerchiefs.
Like Stevie Nicks.
Someone's got to be Stevie Nicks. If you can't be Batman, be Stevie Nicks.
Or Rogue Dragon.
Only you can be Rogue Dragon.
Only I can be Rogue Dragon, though.
Yeah.
So, if you have a choice, be Rogue Dragon, but you can't.
Yeah, so just basically Stevie Nicks.
So F off.
Yeah. Or Batman. Or Batman.
Or you could be a dragon,
Not Rogue Dragon.
but you can't be Rogue
You can't
Dragon.
be rogue dragon.
I mean, he has fan art.
Yeah.
So,
It's on the fridge.
It is on the fridge. It's like when you get an A on your paper.
Lucy, did you lose your saddle? You also walk like a drunk man.
I'm concerned for her hips.
Yeah, they kind of go. Hi, sweet baby.
So now is the Q&A portion of our show,
Come here, Lucy. Come here, Lucy.
where you can look at our cats.
This
like
is
these
Lucy.
ones.
Lucy, you don't get to go nowheres.
We're gonna do a struggle hug.
Struggle, snuggle. They like it.
She loves it
Yeah.
when we struggle huggle.
That's why, growing up, my kitty was a Maine Coon, and she just, eventually developed Stockholm Syndrome
Mm-hmm.
and loved.
That's why she loved you.
Yeah, she did.
So you can ask us questions about the cats,
This is a Maine Coon.
or about the 1920s,
Mm-hmm.
or about our sippy cups, or about the cider we're drinking, or about what color Twi'leks we should be for the Star Wars routine.
Mm-hmm. What color did you say that you wanted it to be?
I would really like to be opalescent, so like pearl colored with blue trim.
Neat.
I would like that.
Neat. Okay. Okay. I discovered on my way over today that I was going to be a gold one. I don't know why that didn't occur to me until today.
Why is that a surprise?
Well, I'm surprised because it took me so long to figure it out.
Miss Blog dripping in gold. If you're gonna buy me something, make sure it's gold. I'm gonna do a gold photo shoot.
I'm not a smart man.
Thank God.
Do we have any questions out there?
Yay!
All right.
Audience participation.
Really? Really?
Really.
Come here, Lucy.
Lucy's like, no, fuck off. Hi, our cat. Emmeline, do you want to come be my date? Oh, nope. Okay.
And I'm sure the question everyone's thinking is, will you have these done in time for the premiere of The Force Awakens?
Duh. What do you think we're gonna dress as? I'm not kidding.
I'm not kidding either. Me either.
Yeah.
Because that's what we're doing.
We're gonna be the hottest little Twi'leks to have ever Oh, hello, cat on the foot.
So yes, we are planning on having these done by The Force Awakens. We also plan on doing rogue performances of our routine at theaters or before said movie show.
Oh my god, we're so gonna do that.
And we're gonna bring a boombox
and
then
entertain
do
the
it.
line.
Yeah. Duh. That's the plan. So if you want us to do that at a theater near you,
I love you so
too.
hard.
That's in Northern California.
That's
San
in
Francisco
Northern
area.
California. If you want us to
Asterisk.
perform,
And not on a weekend.
Well, the premiere is Christmas.
I
Eve.
have so many of them.
I never doubted you. I
I
just
know.
never heard this one.
Yeah, well, it just happened.
Oh, Lucy, can you not eat plastic? Okay. No, that isn't out.
Ah, she's gone. Well, everyone, thank you so much for watching. And next week I will be in New Orleans.
She'll be New Orleans. So I will be here. Not here, but I will be streaming. Beating my shitty dress. Awesome dress.
I'm going to be in chat.
Yeah, you'll be in chat. In New Orleans. Because that's what you do for Halloween.
Is there any way we could screen share?
We could totally screen share.
I could be in New Orleans drinking my hurricane.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, can you?
Yeah.
Maybe drunk guest Vanessa.
Do you want that?
Yes, I do. I do. I really do.
There will be more Rogue Dragon than I think you could handle.
You'd be surprised.
Okay.
Do you know who I am?
Geektron and Rogue Dragon.
Right? Powers and tie. I mean unite. Whatever.
Halloween. I'm very excited.
Yeah.
If there are things that I need to see in New Orleans or people I need to visit, you let me know, chat, because I'm going to New Orleans on a flight on Saturday, and I will be there for 10 days. I'm very excited.
I'm dressed like a tampon.
Or a tomato, or a glass of red wine,
I was thinking more eggplant.
or an eggplant, like the emoji. It also matches your lipstick. Thanks, everyone.
So that's it. We're going to go.
We're going to order some takeout now.
Yeah. I'll see you all next week. Thanks for watching. Okay, bye.
Oh, yeah. Where can they find you?
Oh, Facebook, Twitter, Agent Geektron. It's all in the yeah.
You can find me as Rogue Dragon 013 on the Twitters and on the Instagram. And I really feel like I need to make some video shorts about Rogue Dragon. So that may be happening.
I'm excited.
I'm very excited. Okay,
Smoke bomb.
That was a smoke bomb.
That was. It's not effective if you don't have actual smoke.
Yes, it is.
But I feel like if you had like when you have like the gun where it goes bang and the little flag rolls out. If you have like a little flag that says smoke.
No, I think you're just not seeing it. Smoke bomb.
Tampon.
You're not a tampon. You're a salmon in blood.
Oh, bloody.
You're a bloody salmon.